Hey folks, recording on my camcorder today. Actually got it working, charged it up, and it's day 40. The last video I uploaded, I think I actually had to upload it twice. Yeah, I did that. I thought I had selected the wrong video because I did like 3 or 4 takes on that, and it turned out that I had actually selected the right one the first time, but it cut off at like 5 minutes 45 seconds. So I think the meter that didn't get uploaded actually. So I'm probably just gonna build off of that, because I did a little book review. I read part of The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, and then I was talking about the whole concept of a belief or faith or evidence-based trust in this Nofap journey. Yeah, I tried to find a somewhat secluded spot where I'm sitting. I'm just going to rotate around a bit. It's like kind of like a little enclave or so. Some trees surrounding here on my university's campus. But anyways, like I said, it's day 40, and I honestly feel like I'm coming up on like a crisis point, so to speak, and I'm kind of using that term now. Yeah, I'm going to use that to refer to these experiences. I don't know if anybody else has used that, but basically what I'm referring to is those times when things get really tough. You kind of feel like you're being put in a corner by life, so to speak, and you really want to fall back into the whole PMO routine, because there we go. These are totally unscripted, by the way, so this stuff happens. Not planned. I think it's about 9:30 at 10 right now. So I'm gonna pause and let this play out. That's life. Okay, we're back. Yeah, that's life. Totally unscripted, and things happen as they're gonna happen. There's stuff you can't control. Just gonna try to sit back and get this video recorded, just upload it. But yeah, having problems with the girlfriend. On academic probation now. I just got that message a few days ago, and it's all kind of piling up. So I'm coming up on one of those crisis points, and to get to the topic of this video, or at least one of the things I want to talk about, I feel that, and this isn't getting into your religious talk, but to have faith or belief in the Nofap process, or I'd rather refer to as evidence-based trust, is really key in my opinion, because in my experience of having these sort of crises come up, actually telling myself that relapsing isn't worth it, and I'm gaining all these great things from Nofap, and I'm gonna just let the process do its work. That's what's really helped keep me on the process, or on the path. Because you get to those times where no matter how many other routines you have, stuff you're doing with your time, since you're in the trenches, so to speak, you really can't see what's going on or what's happening, and it's going to take 3 months, 6 months, however many months, even a year for you to really see massive amounts of change. It's kind of like trying to build muscle. Each day you don't actually see the changes going on, but it's like if you're able to convince yourself that doing 100 push-ups each day, or 200 crunches or whatever, or lifting weights, running, going by a certain diet, is going to have those kind of results in the end, that you keep going. If you keep track of it, video or photos or whatever, you can get to the point where once you've gone through that year or 6 months or 3 months or what have you, you can kind of look at it and see in retrospect that you were actually making changes. You were actually building muscle, or you were actually getting better at speaking this new language, or what have you. So faith or evidence-based trust is really what's going to keep you going. And that's why you got to have your list of reasons that you can just kind of bring up right away if you're one of those crisis moments. And in addition to like the stuff you really literally do, like taking a cold shower, going out for a walk. But yeah, I'm sorry if I'm looking around occasionally. I have really bad social anxiety, especially when it comes to Nofap. Just talking about a subject like this, it's really challenging myself to get out there and be courageous enough. And if somebody comes up to me and asks me like, what am I doing, then I can just talk to them. But given that we're kind of like in the underground, so to speak, as a community or a movement, I'm sure you all come across people who doubt that it's a real issue, or they just look at you like you're a creep or a weirdo for having this problem, or going through this whole process. It's like, why don't you just drop it? Why don't you just not do it? Or why is this a problem? Why is this an issue? But yeah, believing in the process and just having the means to not think too much, I guess, about it. Just let the process do its work. Not have that lust of result, which is something that can get you down and really trip you up. That's going to be key. And I'm at 40 days now, but I have. I've had my share of slip-ups in this streak so far. I have not relapsed. Obviously, that's why it's day 40, not day 1 or day 3 or what have you yet. I have not relapsed yet, but I've fallen more times than I can count. So, for any of you guys that are having problems with this and problems making progress, just know that even for those of us who are making progress, we're obviously only making progress because we failed in the past and we decided not to give up. And I'm sorry, that's just kind of annoying. But then again, this is SJSU, and it's a really beautiful campus, so people come here for walks and all that stuff. It's kind of annoying, but I'm not gonna get angry. I'm not gonna get really annoyed. They're enjoying the campus as I am, and that's just a side effect of my anxiety, social anxiety. Just kind of wanting to be alone so that I don't have to feel the anxiety, and then feeling like, oh, they're making me feel the anxiety, which it's not them, it's me. I gotta work on that and own up to it. But heck, it's not if they're coming up to me and harassing me face to face. And even if they just, ask me what I'm doing, then I can just, chit chat, I guess. But, anywho, I don't know what much more there is to talk about. I think I kind of covered what I wanted to, but, 5 days from now, I'll be at the halfway point, assuming I make it to 5 days, and there's a higher likelihood of me getting to there because, I'm at day 40 than if I was at day 1 and saying, oh, I'm going to get to day 45. But it's all a process. It's all a day-by-day thing, and I try not to think about it too much. I like keeping track of the days, but if you do that too much, especially when you're starting off, it can get kind of overwhelming, especially if you're thinking about, day 90 and you're only on day 1 or 2. It can get kind of overwhelming, and it's hard to see, like, where I'm going to be at day 90. But other than just believing in the process, it's key to have a kind of leading into this. I know it seems like I'm jumping around. Maybe I just feel like that, but other than talking about the whole belief thing, I wanted to kind of lead into or jump into this concept of having an end goal, because as hard as it is to see yourself from 3 months in the future or a year in the future, having done all this, it's great to have an image of yourself, even like physically speaking, having an image of yourself where you're going to be in 3 months or 6 months or a year, and really believing you're going to get there. So I don't know, when I started this streak, I kind of tried to imagine myself. That's why I cast that sigil, the 90-day Nofap sigil. I've tried not to think about the sigil itself that much, just to kind of let it do its work. Not let my logical or rational brain, get in the way. Just let my subconscious do the work and, get myself to that 90 days. But I I've started to do intermittent fasting, as you know, on top of this Nofap thing, because the Nofap thing's supposed to be like a side thing, I guess, in a sense, so you're not supposed to be focused on it 100%. But trying to see myself in 90 days. I'd like to have lost some weight, look a lot slimmer, have more muscle mass. I would like to be financially solvent enough that I don't have to worry about where I'm going to get money for school. I would like to have figured out where I want to really be in life in 5 years, you know, significantly. And I mean, I can't 100% do that, but I want to have a clearer vision or a goal where I'm going to be, because I'm 30 now and it's a whole new decade, and in a lot of ways I wasted my 20s due to, I don't want to, well, not due to literally PMO, but due to having that escape, having that release valve to get myself out of facing life, you know. And as I get further in this journey, you know, it's kind of like I'm degree by degree by degree turning and facing life head on. And you know, for someone like myself who's an introvert and who has this really strong escapist like side to myself, it's really tough, I think, you know. And obviously I'm not the only one who's going through this, you know, this struggle, and it's not only just me, but it's a difficult thing for me to do. It's been one of my big banes in life, and probably the biggest bane in life, psychologically speaking. And I think it's one of the things that's made me like really susceptible to the whole PMO thing, PMO routine, PMO addiction, because I always wanted to escape from life, and I'm trying to tell myself, you know, time to man the F up and face life, and you know, don't run, don't go into the flight mode, you know, make that fight decision and fight head on against the struggles and against the challenges in your life, instead of just running away and hiding. As hard as it is, and as uncomfortable as it is, I'm having to make that decision. So let's see, recap. I know I've jumped around, and I've already said that I've jumped around, but out of, or how should I put it? Regardless of the danger of repeating myself again, or the, I have jumped around, but I've tried to cover, let's see, the concept of faith or belief or evidence-based trust with Nofap, having an end goal, and now I want to kind of close this out by talking about what Nofap has started to mean to me, and maybe go over some of the downsides, I guess you could say. Not so much not downsides, but the challenges of Nofap. Because I know that a lot of people have, you know, benefits videos. People want to hear about the positive side, and there are a whole slew of benefits. You can, you know, find videos on that, and I may do a video on that in the future, maybe when I reach the halfway point. But anyways, let's see. Nofap to me, as if you can't already tell, it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to me because it's really about staying in the fight, you know. I have talked in the past about how I use PMO as a coping mechanism, you know, coping with the stress, anxiety, sadness, depression, all the bad stuff that I would feel in life, you know. When something would go bad, PMO was there to get me away from it. And I feel like every day I stay to this path and, you know, stay the course, that I'm staying in the fight, and I'm, you know, taking the fight to life, so to speak, if you will. And you know, the dark side or the demons or whatever you want to call that negativity in life that comes at you and tries to bring you down and, you know, attack you and stop you. Every day I stay on this path. Every day I don't give up, you know, and every day we don't give up. I want to make this, you know, I should make this, you know, broader than just myself, but you know, every day that we continue on this path, every day we get through it, we're still in the game, we're still in the fight, we're not giving up. And so every day I get through it, and I think every day we get through this, we should feel a little bit, you know, better about ourselves, insofar as we have not given in, we haven't thrown in the towel, and we're taking the fight to the enemy, so to speak, you know, metaphorically speaking, as far as Nofap is concerned. And I feel like that's, that's something that I can at least build on each day. Everything else may be falling apart, but at least I haven't done that. I'm still in the fight and I'm not giving up, and things may get really dark and bad, but I haven't done that. I haven't given in. I haven't given up. I'm going at it full bore, And so, finishing up with that topic, final one, like I mentioned, is some of the not the downsides, but the challenges, or the withdrawal symptoms, I guess you could say. I've had to face a lot of insomnia, and there's the whole depression and anxiety thing. But I think really the depression and anxiety is just kind of that's life. That's not literally because of Nofap. It's the fact that you've turned the valve. You've turned it to off. You've thrown the PMO out the window, and you're just you're facing it head on. And the anxiety and the depression is just part of life. And sometimes life is up, sometimes it's down, and we each have our own challenges in our lives that some of our lives are worse than others. So for some of us, PMO is our only problem. Others, it's PMO plus we don't have a job, or we don't have we're not able to go to school, or some people it's really bad. They're homeless, or they're in a abusive relationship, or they're in an abusive family, and they're having to contend with that sort of stuff on top of PMO. So taking that all into consideration, the depression, the anxiety, the stress, I think it's really just we're kind of waking up. We're kind of stepping outside the matrix, so to speak, and we're facing the reality of things. And so that's why we're kind of hit by it, and we feel overwhelmed at first. And I've been there myself. It can be overwhelming, when you turn that valve, you say no to the escape, and you're going to face things head on, and it can feel like going to the gym and you haven't lifted weights ever, and you're trying to lift 500 pounds, and it's just like, why can't I do this? Well, it's like in the Matrix series. You've never used your muscles before. You've never used your eye muscles before. You've been hooked up to this computer, experiencing this simulation, this artificial reality, and now you're trying to actually face real life and reality. So it's going to be hard at first, but other than that, like I mentioned first off, was the insomnia, which it kind of comes and goes for me, but some of that may be due to consuming caffeinated beverages. So whenever I have gone for long searches about caffeinated beverages, and I've done this Nofap thing, I have experienced it, but it definitely hasn't been that bad, and it does go away. So some of it could be that, but then again, when I have binged, I have had insomnia. And comparing the insomnia on Nofap to the insomnia on PMO, it's definitely not as bad, and it does go away, especially when you take other things out of the equation, like caffeine, obviously. But yeah, those are like the only real downsides I would have to say, summing it up, is just the fact that you're not doing PMO anymore, and so you're facing that stuff in reality. So I don't know if it's literally caused by Nofap, but I think it's just, you're not escaping anymore, not running away, so it's just kind of part of the fight of life, But yeah, I think I've really talked about all the stuff I want to talk about, and before I end up repeating myself, I'm gonna close out this video and just go back home and hook my camcorder up to my laptop and upload it. And as always, these are predominantly unscripted videos, so yeah, it's just me talking to my camera, going outside now, trying to face the social anxiety head on. And I do try to think about a little bit of what I'm going to talk about before I make the videos, but other than that, I don't have like a flashcard with me with the stuff written down, or like a script or anything like that. So yes, this is me 100% real. Yeah, so thanks for watching my videos, guys, and helping me stay accountable, keep on this journey, and providing support. Yeah, good luck on your journeys, and I really hope that my videos do help others, because you get to a point where you're doing these Nofap vlogs and you realize that, you know, after getting things down to a certain extent for yourself, you really got to turn into helping other people and making it about not just, you know, yourself and your own pain and your own suffering and your journey and your struggles and your ups and downs, but trying to provide some sort of, you know, support for others, you know, in this whole Nofap community, no PMO community. All of us getting back to, you know, living life to the fullest and making up for a lost time and that sort of thing. Yeah, so anyways, thanks for watching my videos, guys, and getting into rambling now, so I'm just going to hit the stop record button. So yeah, thanks, and good luck, and see you guys tomorrow for day 41, assuming I get through to that. So one day at a time, and bye.